most marvelous story called Charlotte's Web. We'd like to introduce ourselves to you. I'll be saying the real names, and then the kids will jump out and tell you what part they're playing in this wonderful story of Charlotte's Web. I'm Joe Ho, and I'm Mrs. Arable, and the narrator too. Can't stop me from talking. Here comes Peter, and Peter's playing
The Old Chief and Henry Guppy.
Here comes Harrison as
Homer Duffy.
Here comes Sabrina as
Third.
Darling Little River as
Third.
and here comes Carson as Fern's brother. I'm sorry, I talked over you. Go ahead and say your name again, Carson. Yes. Here comes Adelaide as
Charlotte.
and we got Evie as
Eden Zuckerman.
and she was complaining earlier that her husband wouldn't give her a foot massage. I said he'd take care of that later. Well, here comes cute Carissa as
Jilly and
I think you're a cow. Sure looks like a cow. There. Thank you, Carissa. Here comes Martha as
Here's from Energy Peanut Butter.
here comes Kristen as
The cow and Jilly. Hey, look.
well, I'm glad you two figured that out. Thank you, dear. Here comes Braden, who was Puss in Boots, but this time he's just exactly the opposite of a cat. He's
And Jefferson.
yes. And here comes Taya as our darling.
Wilbur.
Taya, you're a pig. In the most pleasant of ways. Here comes Danny as. Aren't you Jeffrey? And I think you're that little boy that has a crush on Fern. What's his name? Henry. And of course, last but not least, is Lauren down there as.
And 3 other fighters.
Well, as most stories go, actors, we all need a little encouragement, so if you'll put your hands together. Our cast get off to their starting places. Let's go. And Barbie. Spring on the farm is a fine and busy time. Here on the arable farm, there's always something about to hatch. A gaggle of goslings, a new little lamb, or a litter of pigs. Well, I gotta do it.
Oh, where are you going?
Where am I going, Fern? Honey, I'm going out to the hog house. Some pigs were born last night, and, well, one of them's a runt. A weakling makes trouble, so won't mount to much. So I gotta do away with it.
You can't tell it, but
Now, Fern, I know a lot more about raising pigs than you do. A weakling makes trouble.
this is the most terrible thing I've ever heard of.
Injustice, you say. Yeah, don't look at me with those big eyes. All right, Fern, I'll just bring that runt to you. and you can raise it. Then you'll see what trouble a pig can be. Come on, Avery. Let's get your sister a little pig here. Come here, honey. Oh, you can put him right in there. You can put him right there. We're gonna give her this new pig. Okay, come on. Here you go. Avery, give your sister the pig. Now, what were you asking me, Avery, as we were walking over here? Well, maybe when you're bigger. Oh, I know. Come on, time for your bath. Enjoy that pig, Fern. Come on, Avery. Fern gave that pig the most beautiful name she could think of. Wilbur. Fern loved Wilbur more than anything. And every morning, Fern was there to greet and feed her darling little runt. Every morning, Fern had a great big good morning for Wilbur.
Good morning, Wilbur. Time for breakfast.
Now, come on, Avery, we gotta go tell Fern. When Wilbur was 5 weeks old, Mrs. Arable decided it was time for Wilbur to be sold. Fern. Wilbur? Oh, dear. Avery, what were you asking me on the way over here? You know, when we were talking about selling Wilbur, what were you asking your mom? And you're not big anymore, am I going to sell you? Let me think about that. No, of course not, Avery. I only sell pigs. Fern, you've had your fun raising a baby pig, but Wilbur's not a baby anymore. It's time for him to go. Don't you believe those big eyes? You either. Oh! All right, all right. Fern, why don't you call your Uncle Homer and your Aunt Edith? The Zuckermans sometimes raise a pig. Give it a try. Come on, Avery, time for your bath. Well, Fern was so excited. She told Wilbur, oh, you better tell him that if the Zuckermans buy him, you can see him every day.
Well, if you go to the Zuckermans, I can walk them around and visit you as often as I like.
And soon it was arranged. The Zuckermans agreed to buy Wilbur. There you are, Homer. I haven't seen you forever. Oh, hi, Lily. Hi, Edith. How are you doing, honey? Well, there he is. There's your pig. Fern, you forgot to give Wilbur a goodbye hug. Yes, soon it was arranged. And the very next day, Wilbur found himself in a manure pile in the cellar of Zuckerman's barn. Well, lots of animals came to welcome Wilbur to the barn, starting out with Goose and her little gosling, Jeffrey. And, of course, Dilly, Daisy, and Dilly, the milk cows, were there to greet Wilbur as well. Goose said,
Hello, hello, hello. Hi.
the cows gave Wilbur a nice greeting.
have another name besides Pig? Yeah, they call me Wilbur. Wilbur is a pretty sassy name if you ask me. Well, nobody asked you. Woo! Who is that? The rat.
Bitsy told everyone, or told Wilbur, that the rat's name was
Templeton. Imperfect.
Well, there was so much commotion in the barn, along came Old Sheep and his cute little lamb.
What's all the commotion in here? What's happening?
Bitsy the cow said, she told Wilbur, it's the old sheep.
It's the old sheep.
Betsy told the old sheep that they had a new resident.
We have new residents. Do you want to play with me? Sure. Certainly not. I ain't interested in a pig.
Well, as Templeton stuck his head in Wilbur's trough and grabbed some food, and as Goose and Jeffrey settled down in their nest, and the lambs and cows settled into the barn for the night, Wilbur picked through his food. But Wilbur didn't want food. He just wanted love.
Salutations. Value what? Salutations. What are they? And where are you? Salutations is my fancy way of saying hello. Do you need a friend, Wilbur? I'll be a friend to you. My name is Charlotte. I think you're beautiful. Oh, excuse me. I believe I've caught a fly. You'll make a perfect breakfast for me. You mean you eat flies? Certainly. And they taste good? Delicious.
Well, it came to a day when the animals decided they needed to inform Wilbur of why the Zuckermans really bought him. A hard thing to tell them, but the animals decided that is what they had to do. So they all marched to Wilbur, and Goose said,
Go on, go on, go on. Tell him.
they told the old sheep it was his, because he was the oldest, it was his animal duty.
It's your animal duty. All right. Wilbur? Hello, sheep and lamb.
Templeton, of course, wanted the old sheep to get right to the point.
It's the point already. Wilbur, you know what? They're fattening you up, don't you? Well, they're fattening you up because they're going to kill you. That's why. They're going to what? Kill you. Turn you into smoke and make it an ant. Templeton. I don't want to die. No, somebody save me, save me. You shall not die. Who's going to save me? I am.
All the animals were curious how Charlotte would save Wilbur. They
How
asked
are
her,
you going to save him? Everyone quiet. I'm working on a plan.
Charlotte sent everyone out of the barn. Lamb and sheep went off, and Goose and Gosling too. Templeton, of course, helped himself to his usual food in Wilbur's trough. And Charlotte found herself thinking of a plan, something to save Wilbur.
No more talking. Wilbur.
And so Charlotte began her plan. She tore out a section of the web, and then she began to weave new threads. And the next morning, when Lurby came to feed Wilbur,
Mama, this ain't fine. I want to. Principal Haven. Edith! Homer! Come quick! You see what I say? Some pig.
all three of them said,
Some pig. I'll go tell the neighbors. You got yourself a very unusual thing.
well, news of the miracle in the web spread all over the county. Both folks were mighty excited to see words in a web. Hey, Mercy, look who's here. Come here, you. Come here, girls. Come on, sit by me. Come on, Henry Fussy, he was so excited to see the words in the web, but he was mighty excited to see Fern, too. He said hello to Fern.
Hello.
And, well, Fern, she told Henry Fussy she was sure glad he came by.
Glad you came by, Henry Fussy.
Henry Fussy, he couldn't believe it. He told everyone this words in the web was some story.
This was some story. Read all about it.
Well, Henry Fussy was kind of a junior reporter, but the townspeople, they were so excited. The girls, Jilly, Libby, and Susie, they all shouted.
Hooray! Yippee! Awesome!
And they read those wonderful words in the web.
Some pig. Some pig. Some pig.
Yep, he sure is some pig. Come here, Avery. Look at this. Some pig. Did you here? Get up here so you can see the web then. Did you see that, Avery? Yes, there you go. Well, now, Avery, don't you lose your balance there. Don't you dare fall in that pig bed. Your mom said, don't you dare. Are you going to fall in that pig pen? Sure, you can fall in that pig pen. Go ahead. Oh, well, now, Amy, you're going to need a bath. Because you are some kind of hurry. That sure is some pig. What do you think? Folks, I think we should give some pig a big cheer. First, give Wilbur a big hug, say goodbye to Edith and Homer. Come on, let's go. Did you get all the good pictures? Well, Mr. Zuckerman said, told Templeton she needed a new message to write in her web.
And I need a message to write in my web. How about these rooms? No good. Sounds like rich dessert.
Then Goose waddled in to say,
How that terrific.
and Jeffrey was on his way.
But Charlotte, I'm not terrific. You're terrific as far as I'm concerned.
Little Lamb told Wilbur.
Yeah, you're terrific.
Now Charlotte, well, she asked if someone knew how to spell that word terrific.
Does anyone know how to spell it?
Goose waddled over and said,
I think it's T-double-E-double-I-double-I-double-I-double-C-C-C.
And so that night, Charlotte and Kent began to work